Welcome back.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you. Sit down, sir. Have your seat. Please know the chair. My name is Abdullah Kemak. I'm from Tiru. What about you, sir? Introduce yourself.
My name is Lukman from Chambautam.
What is your occupation?
A teacher and trainer also.
Teaching the professor.
Professor?
Professor?
No, lecturer.
Lecture.
Mr. Abdullah Kemak,
Yes, sir.
how to test our present vocabulary?
Yeah, that's a very good question you asked, sir. Thank you very much. Your question is how to test our personal vocabulary.
Yeah.
Everyone is confusing and hesitate to practice in English because of the lack of idea and knowledge how to test our personal vocabulary.
Yeah.
Here is a few methods. The better than any other methods for learning words quickly and permanently. How to master noun, verb, adjective, and or verbs in 5 to 10 minutes. How to use the psychological principle to learn to sharpness your verb skill. Mr.
Mr. Mac Abdullah,
Hmm.
how do you access our own vocabulary? We can increase our vocabulary.
Yeah, of course. We can increase our vocabulary. The more extensive your vocabulary, that better your changes for success. Other things being equal, success in moving ahead in business or professional career, success in achieving your intellectual potential, and you can increase your vocabulary faster and easier than you may realize. Isn't it? You can in fact accomplish a tremendous gain in less than 2 to 3 months of concentrated effort, even if you do only one session a day. In less time, if you do 2 or more sessions a day, furthermore, you can start improving your vocabulary immediately. And within a few days, you can be an actual change in your thinking, in your ability, express your thought, and your power of understanding. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How to start build our vocabulary?
Yeah, that is great. That's a great question for simple and easy to understand description of how to test your present vocabulary. You should focus what the person does, the result when they learn. Test your vocabulary isn't about memorizing dictionary pages. It is about knowing how to strong your word skill right now. You can define when you see a word, for example, resilience. You can give clear definition of without using the dictionary. Sir, Mr. Rikman sir, can we define it?
And when you see a word, for example, it can be used.
Yeah, of course. You can we quickly use the word. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This show your ranges. How many words you actually know, you can use it. It can be quickly use this word resilience in 2 different sentences. In my opinion, maybe one about the work and one about the personal challenges. This shows your verbal speed and responsiveness. How quickly and when you can use the word in real life. Very important. Our vocabulary score you will take very quickly. A simple test right now. The test shows the test will give you a score and tell your vocabulary level. Below average and average, average above, excellent, or superior. First the range, the verbal speed and responsiveness. Range means how the word you know. The verbal speed is the how quickly you can think and use the word. The responsiveness, how well you can use the word in different situations. This is very important. The vocabulary and success.
Mr. Mac Abdullah, can you make simple
Of
and
course.
easy?
Of course, simple idea, we will share the strong proofs, the important evidence that shows the people with a strong vocabulary are often more successful.
Why it matters?
This evidence is your biggest reason to start improving your words today. Am I right?
Yeah.
Of course.
How to talk about personality type?
How to talk about the personality type? It means, sir, you are the biggest personality in here. You are the motivation more than 2002. The stage is already completed. Then I don't know why your intention to ask me how to talk about the personality types. Okay, in my opinion, words that describe self-interest, the reaction to the world, to other attitude to others, skill and upwardness, marital status, hatred of the man, of woman, average adult learn in an entire year. How to talk about the personality types?
Single word to describe the personality type.
The simple way to describe personality type by focusing on different aspects. Do they put themselves first, you mean? The example can say, the egoistic. They believe they are the most important. Egoistic put their needs first. Egoistic sees everything only from their point of view. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How do they get their energy?
Yeah. How do they get the energy? The example, the extrovert, they get energy from the being around others. The extrovert get the energy from being around others. The same time, the introvert, they get energy from being alone.
Attitude to the others.
Attitude to others, this is important. How do they treat the people around them? The example, unselfish. The cares about others, believes people are generally selfish. Everyone's personality is determined by the combination of genetic and the environment factors. Let us examine the 10 personality types, one of which might by a change be your everyone. That result from a culture growth, the family background and environment interact, and of course we being not only the words but with these ideas. I believe here are the simple way to describe. I described the how to talk about a personality type based on the areas you will listen from me. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How to talk about doctors?
Words that related to the medical specialist. How to talk about doctors. Words that related to medical specialist and specialties. Terms, for example, in disorders of the female organs, childhood disease, skin ailment, disorder of the nervous, mind and personality, how self-discipline and persistence will ultimately lead to complete master over words, and using an impressive array of tests, X-ray and blood chemistry and urinalysis and cardiograms and so on.
How to talk about various practitioners?
Words that describe the variety of professions, those dealing with the human mind, teeth, vision, feet, handwriting, again, etc. How you are becoming more and more conscious of the new words you meet in your reading. Before we start the building a strong house, we must check the foundation, isn't it? Your vocabulary is your foundation. In fact, research shows a strong link between the words you know and your success in life. So, where you are right now, we are not going to compare the children as learning changes when you becoming an adult. We are going to give you a quick, simple test to find your current level. A good vocabulary test is check three things, not just one. The first rhymes, how many words you know. The second, verbal speed, how quickly you can recall and use them. And third, responsiveness, how well you understand the small difference in the words meaning. Am I right, sir?
Okay, thank you, sir. A good conversation.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Enjoyed. And you asked a good question, good conversation. The professor, Mr. Lukman, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.